Our next presentation, I'm going to ask for a little help. Make a Film Foundation has been an organization that we, I believe, discovered in 2011, right when we started. Tamika and I go back and forth whether it was 2011 or 2012, or even how we met. We just didn't really care, we connected. Make a Film Foundation is an amazing organization that I'm going to let them speak about. But we've always wanted to support all their endeavors. We've even had chances to volunteer with her and her team and some of the terminally ill kids that they help and lift up. For lack of better words, they become a certain piece of their lives that is irreplaceable. And something that they really do treasure, and it comes from both sides. It's a mutual reciprocal benefit. So I would like to bring up, before we play the short film that the latest installment at Make a Film Foundation has, Theodore Melfi and Hardwicke, 2 out of the 3 directors with Sam Raimi of the film. So Ted, Catherine.
Hi, thank you. Anyway, good evening. Just briefly about the Make a Film Foundation. If you don't know about the Make a Film Foundation, they make movies for kids with terminal diseases who are dying. You know, and it's such a beautiful process to be a part of. What you're going to see tonight is a movie from a boy named Anthony Conti. Anthony was 16. He wrote this film. He produced this film. He is the lead actor in this film. Catherine, myself, and Sam were just in service to Anthony's vision. And the Make a Film Foundation does this. And at the time, Anthony couldn't even walk when he made this film. And it inspired us every second we spent with him. And we're just glad to be here and thankful for the Catalina Film Festival for showing his work. And thankful for you to watch his work, because through his work, he lives forever.
It was very inspiring. We filmed the scene in the hospital, and you'll see it, and I had a chair for Anthony, and I said, okay, you come over here and sit down, we'll do the scene here. And he said, I don't want to be seated. I want to be standing up, at least at the beginning of the scene, and then I'll sit down. This is when he was going through treatment and everything, and he wanted to be seen strong and, beautiful spirit. And even in his last days in the hospital, we were talking to him on the phone about the music with Trent Reznor and, how he wanted the music to sound. So it really inspired him in his last days and inspired all of us. So we hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, and we just want to thank Tamika and Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi was the other director, and he put us all together with Tamika and Adele. They're here too, Adele and Tamika, our producers for the Academy and the Make a Film Foundation. Anyway, thank you so much.
It is great. So first of all, I'd love to ask you, Tamika, to just kind of explain how Make a Film Foundation happens. I know you probably know that message the best.
So, how this film happened, or how the organization came to be?
Well, a little bit about Make a Film Foundation, and then, and then this film.
So, Make a Film Foundation has been around for about 10 years. Basically, the short is, I was inspired to make a difference doing something I was passionate about, and I was always inspired by organizations like Make-A-Wish and some other organizations that I volunteered with, like inner city filmmakers, and just film organizations that brought filmmaking to youth. And Make a Film Foundation does what it does because of the people on the stage and everybody in the community who donates their time. And it makes me, honestly, I have to say, I don't get choked up that much, but it makes me cry to think about it. This project in particular happened really fast. Over 2 weeks. 2 weeks we brought him out to LA, and there were just so many people who said yes right away. These people on the stage, and they made it happen with a lot of passion, a lot of love, and a lot of magic, and I am forever grateful for them. They really changed and made a huge difference in Anthony Conti's life. So, I don't know if I answered your question.
I think the number one question that I always get when we tell them about Make a Film Foundation and kind of what you do is how do people have the strength? And I know that there's an inner strength to doing this because it's selfless, and they always say giving is a very selfish thing that you eventually feel good about in a selfless way. When you come onto this, Ted, you can go down the list, Catherine, and Adele, what made you first, besides the obvious reasons, come together to do this project for you personally? And then how do you deal with that on set, knowing that a lot of these kids are terminal, and to this date, you've had one kid that has survived to actually overcome their illness, and you go into it knowing a lot of that. Is that a hard sort of process to start a film?
I think these are the kind of things you stop whatever you're doing and do. It's just one of those things. You just when the Make a Film Foundation calls, it's like only an asshole says no. I mean, how could you say? I mean, let's be honest. How are you going to say no? The kid Anthony is a lovely human being. I mean, lovely human being. I remember Catherine was telling me a story that they had to build, on her shoot day, they had to build a stand to keep him, so he could stand up. It's just a beautiful thing to think that he's forever now, and just working with him was an honor. When you're shooting, the work is always the work. I mean, you're always going, okay, let's go. I mean, it's always that way. It's just an honor to be around people who want to do something for the right reasons all the time. And, we spend all our lives in Hollywood trying to get ahead, and this is more important than getting ahead.
It's kind of a hard question to answer. I think there are a lot of different things that you could say about it, but I think ultimately, at the end of the day, and we all have things in our own lives and other lives and things that we watch on the news or whatever that we can't control. And then you're presented with this situation that has a timeline, and you feel like you can do something to control it and to help things be better. And so you have to walk through that door and be a part of it. So, those are my reasons.
I'll just say really quickly, Ted already said it, but really at the end of the day, it's seeing Anthony or any kid on the screen fulfilling their dream. To me, that is them living forever. And I can compartmentalize it knowing that at the end of the process, they had an amazing time, they fulfilled their dream, and we will always see them living on that screen.
And for me, I will never forget after Johnny Depp, who had just gotten those lines like 5 minutes before, and he forgot his lines. He started saying about, this will be injected in your rectum, okay. And then I didn't cut the camera. I'm just like, keep rolling, let's see where this goes. And at the end, Anthony turned to me and he goes, did I just do an improv with Johnny Depp? And I go, yeah, and you did a great job at Cleveland. And Anthony brought it home, and it was just awesome. And so that face, his smile, just that experience, I mean, we would all die for that experience. But, it was, no, we would die. But we would all love to have that experience. So it was just great. Johnny was so generous and, had so much fun with him that, that I think he thought about that, even in his last moments, that improv with Johnny Depp.
And I know it was a very fast-paced production, but did you get a lot of input from Anthony, and were you always conscious of trying to fulfill his vision and maybe steering that in the right direction? Was there collaboration with talks? Or
Even there in the hospital, he wasn't feeling too great that day, but he was like, now why is that patient here, and should we do some more set dressing? And like I said, he didn't like the chair I picked out, he mostly wanted to be standing up, and he was very involved as a filmmaker, right there every minute, which was really people. He cared about the details.
Yeah, that's his script untouched. That's his vision untouched. We just service that vision. That's his music.
He wrote
That
the
song, he wrote that
he's
last song.
singing, yeah.
He's singing with, did you sing with Trent?
No.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Yeah, he was involved in every aspect of it.
You know, something that is so incredible about the project and the people that we get on here is like the people that are with us and working with this child are really the best at what they do. And with the couple of days left, really, truly, I mean, we were filming at the end of November and Anthony passed away 2 months later, but every day he did not move, I'm sorry, he came to Los Angeles with the help of Make-A-Wish, and he was here for 2 weeks, and with all of those days, all of these directors were storyboarding and having conversations with him, and his days were full. He had acting lessons with Bruce Davison, who played the Elephant Man on Broadway, you know, like all these people from the Academy, and every moment was filled with these people, not saying, oh, you know what, we're going to take it easy on you, but we're going to demand of you what we demand of everybody else, so let's do this.
That's awesome. It really
Yeah.
is. So, I think that gift that you also gave was treating him like a peer and not just like a subject of a make a film or make a wish sort of dream come true and putting him on a lower level. It was a platform that raised him up and kind of made him equal. And I think that's the beautiful work that you've always done, Tamika. Absolutely. Yes, and you recruit talent all the time to help you, but obviously this has been your vision and your baby for over a decade. So, you know, kudos to you. You don't always take the accolades, but kudos to you. Will you guys work again with Make a Film Foundation and maybe do something else?
Yeah, I mean, that's the best cast I've ever had.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah, I hope they call again.
Yeah, we loved it. Beautiful
That's awesome.
experience.
Now, does it become a family? Like, I mean, do you keep up when the illness progresses? Does everyone sort of, how do you guys, do you give notice? I mean, it's a very delicate situation.
This particular project was a little bit more intense than some of the other ones that we've had because it was so fast and everyone knew that Anthony only had a very short amount of time. And one of the things that some of his caretakers said was that it completely transformed his life and changed him because when he got back, he had an entirely new family. Like the crew and the cast and people were calling him, and FaceTiming him, and texting him every day. And she said he had an entirely new Los Angeles family that completely made his last days. I don't.
Go ahead. One time when I called him to ask him about the music or something, he said, "I'm sorry, I have to get off the phone because Trent Reznor's on the other line."
Yeah, and it does become a very personal thing. And just to your question about, like, you know, when the time has come and we've been warned that the moment is coming when he'll pass, yes, we reached out to people. And everybody took the opportunity to make a phone call, to do FaceTime. Trent was calling him daily. Catherine was out of the country calling. Trent was out of the country calling. You know, everybody, you know, JK was doing FaceTime with the poop hat and making him laugh. You know,
And Chad Coleman showed
Chad
up
Coleman,
on New Year's Eve. He spent his New Year's Eve.
And we were sitting in his hospital room. Chad Coleman from The Walking Dead went to celebrate New Year's Eve with him. And just, it becomes personal and you fall in love, you know, with this person. So, you take that as far as you can.
And I think that's beautiful because I think a lot of people just think, okay, it's great they made these projects, then does everyone just kind of walk away? You know, and that's sort of the stuff that I never know what to answer. But I love hearing that because I think that is a very special part of the full duration of what you do from beginning to end. And that's great. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you.